Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to show y'all my eyebrow routine. Now I showed two different ways, with a pomade and with a pencil. For me, my brows usually take about 10 minutes to do. I don't think that's too crazy. I know some people it takes way longer for them to do their brows. I'm not with that. So this can take anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes depending on how fast you are. I say it takes me about 10 minutes. So if you would like to see how I do my brows using a pomade and a pencil, please keep watching. Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing very well. Very well. Actually, not really, y'all. I'm kind of hungry, okay? Also, I think I'm getting a style in my eyes, so you know, it's just like, you know, we're finna keep it rolling. Rolling with the homies. We're gonna keep it rolling. Today I am doing a quick eyebrow tutorial. As you can see, my eyebrows are not on fleek. They are unfleek. They are bare. They don't have any pigment. They don't have any boldness. So I want to show you guys quickly how I do my eyebrows. So without further ado, I'm gonna zoom in real quick and let's go ahead and get these eyebrows done. Okay, girl, because I got stuff to do. I need to eat, but I need my eyebrows to be cute first. Hold on. I have a Instagram brow that I like to do. That's the one I use. That's the eyebrow that I do the most. I like that Instagram look, that very clean, very precise eyebrow. And then I also do more of a everyday type of brow. So today we're going to focus on that Instagram baddie eyebrow. Show y'all how the Instagram baddies do, or at least how I do. I'm not an Instagram baddie, but I still know how to do my eyebrows like one. Okay, so to do my brows, I like to use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Ebony. This has lasted me so long. This brow pomade, you do not need a lot. A little bit goes a very long way. The brush that I like to use to do my brows is the Colourpop E6 brush. Very cute, nice angled. I believe this is an eyeliner brush, but I like to use this to do my brows. It's really good for eyeliner too, but I like to use it for my brows. You're also gonna need a concealer. You can use any concealer you want. I try to keep it close to my skin tone. I don't like to use too bright of a concealer to have that big highlight box. I don't like that. I like a nice, natural kind of concealer shade. The concealer that I'm using to clean up my brows is the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer in the shade Armand. I also like to use the Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade C13. I don't know where C13 is right now. This is C12, but you know what I mean. It looks like this, and I like to use the shade C13. Whichever one is closest to your skin tone. This is cheaper. This is like $7. The NARS one is $30, but it's almost empty, so that's why I use it to clean up my brows. So the brush that I use to clean up my brows, I use any kind of flat concealer brush. You can use any flat concealer brush. The one that I have in front of me right now is the AOA Studio E115, and I got this from Shop Miss A. It was $1. Sometimes I like to use the rounded concealer brush, but this is what I have right now in front of me, so that is what I'm going to use. It really doesn't matter as long as it's a flat concealer brush. I also like to use a brow gel. The brow gel that I'm using today is the Benefit Gimme Brow, and this is in the shade 5. Now that we've gone through all the ingredients, let's cook up some cute brows. All right, y'all, come on. So what I'm first going to do is I'm going to dip my brush, put my brush in the dip brow. Mine is a little bit dry because I've had it for so long, but it doesn't really matter. If you use a dip brow or any kind of brow gel like this and you notice that it's getting dry, I like to use the Inglot Duraline. You put a couple of drops of this in your brow gel and it just makes it just like brand new, just like new. Don't need to go out and buy another one. Just buy you some Inglot Duraline and drop this into your brow gel. Then what I like to do next is I like to wipe a little bit off on the lid. You don't want it to be too pigmented because this dip brow is super pigmented, so a little bit goes a very long way. What I first like to do is I like to take a spoolie and brush my brows upwards and then off to the sides, up and over, and then I kind of brush them how I want them to look, just like that. And I'm going to take my dip brow, and I like to start on the ends because you have so much pigment on the brush, so much product on the brush, you want to start off on the end, so that way if it's too much product, you don't want a whole bunch of product in the front of your brows. So start off on the ends and just outline your brows. I do small strokes and I kind of just start filling them in. I try to go in the direction that the hair grows. So if it grows like up, I'll go upwards. Just like that. I also like to follow the natural shape of my brows. I don't wax my brows. I don't thread my brows. I just pluck and clean up. For some reason, my skin is allergic to the eyebrow wax and getting them threaded. I always break out. My eyebrows always get breakouts around my brows when I go get them waxed or threaded. So I stopped doing that years ago. Also, if you kind of just let your brows grow naturally, it'll allow you to see the natural shape of your brows, which makes it a lot more easier to do your brows. So just go along your natural brow shape. When I start making my way towards the front, I like to just go upward strokes. And then when I get to the top, I don't go too far in. I go about right here. See how this little space is? I just kind of connect that. And just continue with those strokes. And I just keep continuing to just dip my brush in the gel, add a little bit more product, a very little bit at a time. A little bit at a time, that's the key. You don't want to rush using too much product or you're going to have very bold brows. So when I get towards the end, I do the bottom first. I just kind of draw my line and I kind of bring it towards the tail, making a sharp end, and then I go across the top immediately and just kind of connect them just like that, and then I fill this in. So now that I have very little product on my brush, I'm going to go ahead and do the front of my brows. So I start at the, like about right here, and I just start doing upward strokes. Just filling them in very lightly, very carefully. The front of your brows, I like it to look gradient, where it kind of starts off a little sparse and then it gets bolder. I feel like that looks a little bit more natural. And then I like my brows to go like upwards in the front. Just like that. Nothing too crazy, nothing too crazy. You can definitely get carried away with the front of the brows, but try not to. So that's it for the brow gel. Now I'm gonna take my Benefit brow gel, and I'm just gonna use that to tint the brows a little bit more and lay them down, help them stay into place. Again, I start right about in the middle, kind of right here, and I just brush it over, again in the direction you want your hair to go. And this just helps to fill in any spaces that I might have missed with the brow gel, and it makes the brow gel strokes look a little bit more hair-like, a little bit more realistic. Be careful in the front. Brush those up very carefully. I don't use a lot. And there you go, girl. You did it, B. Final step is to clean up my brows. So I'm going to take my concealer. I don't put any concealer on the top part of my brow. I only put it on the bottom, and I use whatever is left on the brush to clean up the top. So what I do is I just take my concealer, put it right along the edge of that brow. Just like that. Then I take my concealer brush and I just carefully clean it up. Just make sure everything is nice and sharp. Using concealer helps cover up any hairs that you might have below your brow. You know, any little hairs trying to grow in. It covers that up and it just gives you a nice clean line. And so like I said, I don't like to put any concealer on the top. I really actually only clean up the end, so the end of my brows are super sharp. That's kind of how I like to do, just like that. Continue cleaning this up. Be very careful, because you can mess up your brows if you go too fast. And I just take whatever is left and I just kind of go like this across the top. I don't really like the top of my brows to look too sharp. Then since these hairs in the end acting up and stooey, I'm just gonna take my spoolie again and just brush those down so they kind of stay into place. Another trick that I use if they get towards the end of my brows, I don't know if you can see, but I have hairs kind of going all over the place. Another little trick that I have is I use this NYX eyebrow wax pencil. It's an eyebrow shaper, but it's wax, and it just literally lays those brows down, sticks them to your face, girl. They ain't going nowhere. So I'm just gonna take this wax pencil and just put that on the ends here, just to further help those brows lay down. It's almost like laying your edges down, okay? They're not going nowhere. So I'm gonna quickly do my other brow. I'm just gonna speed it up so you can see how I do it, same as this brow. And then we're done. So let's get this other brow done. As you can see, this is the before and this is the after. Your eyebrows should never look exactly the same unless both of your eyes are shaped exactly the same, which is very rare. Shape your brow to your eye shape. So this brow, you'll see, is not going to look like this brow, but when they're done together, it looks good because of the shape of my eyes. Both of my eyes are not the exact same shape or size. Your brows should be sisters, not twins. Y'all know the saying. Y'all know the saying.
OmniaBeats.com.
And there you have it. My eyebrows are done. As you can see, they do not look exactly the same, but once they are done, they look poppin', okay? All right, hold on. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so we can wrap this up. Hold on. So that is my eyebrow tutorial from start to finish. This was the tutorial showing you how I do my brows with brow gel. In a few minutes, we gonna snap, and I'm gonna show you how I do my brows with a pencil. Hi, hello, welcome back. So we are, why do I always say we? It's me, bitch. Hi, welcome back. Y'all, it is thunder and lightning. All hell has broken loose outside. Please, if it's too loud, I'm just gonna make this a voiceover, unfortunately, but let's keep it moving. So now we're gonna go ahead and do my brows with a pencil. I like to use a pencil to do my brows for more of an everyday type of brow, even though it still comes out looking a little bit Instagram-ish, but This is just how I do my brows, okay? They just always be looking fleek, okay? I don't even think people say fleek anymore. Let me just stop saying that. So now I'm gonna show you how I do my brows with a pencil. The pencil that I use is a Colourpop brow pencil in the shade Black and Brown. This is my favorite eyebrow pencil to use. It's so pigmented, it's so tiny. You can get really precise with it. And it's only $5. That's right, it's only $5. Colourpop. I love y'all. So, before I get struck by lightning, let me go ahead and zoom in so we can go ahead and start on these brows. Hold on. If you can see it, please ignore my mustache. I just realized when I was doing my makeup, I was like, Peach, your mustache is coming in real strong. I need to nair. I'm gonna actually do it right after I do this video. Well, when I'm done taking off my makeup later today and stuff, but ignore my mustache, okay? Please, she ain't bothering nobody. The products that I use to do my brows with a pencil are pretty much the exact same products I use when I use the pomade. I have a pencil, my NARS concealer. You can use any concealer that you want. My Benefit Gimme Brow, a flat or any kind of concealer brush that you have. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I use. So the way that I do my brows is the same process. I brush them up where I want them to go, up and over. I think everyone pretty much has their brow routine down. I don't think it really matters so much the products that you use, whether you use a pomade or a pencil or a powder. It's still pretty much the same process. So again, I start in the middle here and kind of start outlining my brow. My brows don't need too much outlining. Like, I don't have to draw on a whole new brow. I just pretty much fill in the natural shape that my brow is already in. So it's pretty easy for me. I don't do too much to my brows, to be honest. I just let them do their own thing, you know, let them live their best life. And then you let them live their best, and then they will do their best to help you look cute. When I get towards the end, I just kind of flick it out. Light strokes. And then I just make my way up to the front. Upward strokes. I prefer to use a pencil when I'm in a bit of a rush. The pomade takes a little bit of time. With a pencil, I find it's a lot quicker. Brush it out a little bit. That was a little bit too much pigment up front, so just brush it out. So that's it for the pencil portion of the brow. Now I'm going to take my Benefit Gimme Brow in the shade number 5, and I'm just going to brush my brows, help me define my hands, and add a little bit more pigment. So again, I like to start in the middle and go like towards the outside. As you can see, it just helps to define those hairs. And then up towards the front. Be very careful, there's a lot of stuff on this brush, so just lightly. Now I'm going to take my concealer and clean it up. I feel like the concealer makes it. I don't like doing my brows without putting some concealer to clean it up without cleaning it up underneath. I just feel like that just really helps to really define that brow and give you that nice clean look. And it helps you if you made any mistakes. Help you clean up your mistakes. I cannot do my brows without using concealer. I mean, sometimes I do if I'm just like running to the store and I just want to fill in my brows real quick. I just throw a pencil on and I'm out the dough. But if I have a minute or two extra, I will use concealer to clean up my brows. So that is it. That is my pencil brow routine. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other brow. I'm gonna speed it up real quick and then we can wrap this video up.
OmniBeats.com. OmniBeats.
So y'all, that is it. That is how I do my brows with pomade and with a pencil. I use powder very, very rarely, but I do have a powder brow routine. If y'all want to see that one, let me know in the comments down below and I will be more than happy to film that for you. What did y'all think? Did y'all like it? Do you like the way I do my brows? Do you do your brows differently? And if so, let me know how you do your brows, because I'm always looking for new brow tricks. Find out different ways that other people do. Maybe you can teach me something. If you have any suggestions, constructive criticism is more than welcome. Don't be out here being rude, because you know my brows look good, girl. Okay, so anyway, if you did like this video, like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.